begin indeed. Hello, people. This is Jerry speaking. Welcome to TheCrazyBunch's WebShow episode number 65. And today we'll be doing not one but two depth topics along with two more topics to read. So let's read it now, shall we? So we got for us. Ken W. Kelly was an American fantasy artist, okay? Over his 50-year career, he focused in his poetry on pains in the sword and sorcery and heroic fantasy subgenres, okay? He was born May 19th, 1946, okay? He was a nephew of Frank Fernandez's wife, Elsie Fernandez, 1945 and 2009, okay? Whose maiden name was Kelly, okay? Early in his career, he was able to study the paintings of Frank Fernandez in the later studios, okay? In the early 70s, he did a couple of cover paintings, the Castle of Frankenstein magazine. Throughout the 70s, he was one of the firmest cover artists in Warren Publishing's creepy and early magazines, okay? He, despite covering the Barbarian, Tarzan, a Rock Ice Kiss, Monsters, Sleepy Hollow, Rainbow, and Ace Foundry of Kiss. Anyway, his work offers portrays Agassi, okay? He exchanges local locates and potential battlefields, okay? Makes sense anyway. He developed the artwork for Coheed and Cumber's album, Go Apollo, and On Burning Star the 4th, Volume 2, No Role for Tomorrow, and a painting for he was used for the cover of the Alice Burning Pussy's 2007 release, Open Fire. In 2012, one of Kelly's paintings was used for the cover of Electric Bandit's 12 vinyl release, Canadian Samurai 2. Kelly was a guest at the Kiss My Monster Mini Golf Course in Las Vegas, Nevada. During his autograph signs and prints of the classic Kiss albums he drew cover artwork for. He died yesterday. He was 76 years old. Here, I have this page right there. It's a poster of the Kiss Destroyer. Okay? Now, that's the album he did back in 1976, okay? And, he also did a Kiss album called Life Gone. He also did a restricted album of Destroyer in 2012, okay? And Space Event in 2014 by Ace Frehley. There's a lot of this about the things that I won't talk about in this episode, but that's me, of course. Now, my last step topic has to do with Ann Turner Cook, okay? She then, I was seeing in shock about this until she was a Gerber baby, okay? Who is best known as an adventurous mystery novelist who is the model for the familiar Gerber baby artwork seen on the baby food packages for Gerber Barnett's fam company, okay? Cook was the daughter of syndicated cartoonist Leslie Turner, okay? Who drew the comic strip Cabin Easy for decades. Wow. Their neighbor was the artist Dorothy Hope Smith, who did a commercial drawing of Anne when she was a baby. In 1928, she drew, when Gerber announced it was looking for baby images for an upcoming line of baby food, Smith's drawing was submitted and secretly chosen. It was trademarked in 1931. The drawing of Ann Turner Cook has been used a virtual of Gerber baby food packaging since. Cook's ministry was a secret hit till 1978. Wow. In 1990, Cook appeared as a guest on To Tell the Truth as one segment, okay? Her personal life when she was born on November 20th, 1926. She attended the University of South Florida, okay? Post-secondary schools. She studied education on English journalism to earn several degrees. Okay? Excuse me. Anyway, he got a master's degree in English education, okay? She was a sister of Sorry Pie, Bad Pie, okay? Okay? She five Oak Hill Elementary School in Florida, okay? And then Madison Junior High School in Tampa, Florida. In 1966, she joined the English Department of Tampa's Harrisburg High School, where she taught literature and creative work writing, okay? Students there dedicated the 1978 Harrisburg School Yearbook to Cook, who sponsored the book, okay? In it, students describe her as a teacher who really communicates to students, who, without any complaints, and stay late through work nights, okay? With quiet and she supports her and staff in the most minor tasks, okay? After retiring from teaching, she became a novelist and a member of the Mystery Writers America. She was the author of the Brandy O'Brien, okay, series of mystery novels set in Florida's Gulf Coast. The adventures of Florida reporter of the adventure herself O'Brien are detailed, and Tracer Shaw's Spouse 1 and Shaw's over sells keys Spouse 3, and she married James Cook, okay? A criminologist who had gone to the county sheriff's office. James Cook died in 2004. They have 4 children: Jan, Carol, Cook, and Clifford. 8 grandchildren and 9 great-grandchildren. She died yesterday. She was 95 years old. Now, for the moment, silence in regards to these two right now. Thank you. Recipes, Ken and. Now, I'm gonna have 2 more topics left, and I'll read you all right now. This is for Kiss, okay? Gene Simmons retiring with Kiss out of his self-respect and love for the fans, okay? I'm gonna read it to you now, okay? Gene Simmons says he's going to get very emotional during Kiss' final show, since it will be his last, okay? In a recent radio interview, Simmons says he's retiring for Kiss after nearly 5 decades, with the band out of self-respect and love for the fans, okay? The reason for stopping touring is because of the pride and self-respect and love of the administration for the fans, okay? Said Simmons during an episode of Whiplash, KOLS FM, okay? The last thing you want to be is be a world champion boxer. Say it was way too long. It's only a matter of time until your legs are not going to be able to hold you up, until you're going to lose. The band is currently on their final tour ever, which originally kicked off in 2019, which I've never been to, okay? And recently headlined with the Welcome to Rockville Festival in Daytona, Florida, with extended U.S. and Europe tour running through October 2022, okay? Kiss also plans to reschedule the Las Vegas residency, which was canceled in 2021. In 2021, excuse me. With all due respect, we are artists and who are terrific. We're a great, iconic, excuse me, anyway. We'd rather wait for the traffic to die down, bring the best show on earth, period, said Simmons on the postponed dates. Simmons and Kiss singer Paul Stanley contracted COVID-19 in 2021, which forced the band to postpone a number of tour dates. In 2021, Simmons, now 72, says he felt lucky to perform on stage as long as he has, but the time has come for it to end. For the sake of the band's legacy, Kiss formed in in 1973 in New York City. Released 20 albums. And including the most recent Monster in 2012. Okay? They have played more than 45 tours together throughout their nearly 50 years as a band. I'm 71. Although I'm in great shape, Sarah Simmons in their 2021 interview. The head doesn't shake. Wow. I never have high or drunk in my life. Exactly. Never smoked cigarettes. Exactly. I never did anything like that. We're in great shape. And we couldn't wait to get out there and do what we do. But there is such a thing as getting off of the stage while getting good. Okay. He had we're getting up the top, but I won't stay on the stage for too long. You don't want to ruin this legacy. Exactly, G. You want to have some pride in what you do, and don't wait too long. Gene Simmons said that fans could always feel connected with the band and with franchise. Exactly. Okay. From the Kiss Golf Course and the Royal Hotel in Las Vegas, Chris Cruises, the upcoming Kiss biopic, and it works for Netflix, which I'm about to watch, and a Kiss cartoon. Okay, it's gonna be Planet Kiss, Joke Simmons, and by the way, they trademark as well. You're gonna live with it. Yeah, long-time Kiss bassist said the close of the chapter with the band and torn opens sometime new for him. Okay, we'll also see boxers who stayed in the rings too long, and bands were connected to continue touring for too long, and they forgot lyrics. Okay, who you can see the deep wiggles in their faces. Said Simmons. I mean, it's just the nature of life as we know it on Earth. And we're doing it the right thing. We're going to quit while we're on the top and do the best we can. But it's be sad. It'll also going to be happy. On our last show we ever do, the tour of the band, I'll be crying like a 12-year-old kid whose butt you're stepping on. Well, I don't know about this, G, but good luck about this. You're going to need it to be retired, you know. My last topic has to do with Apple, okay? Now, watch this remix for you, buddy. Now, I'm very excited about Apple's keynote WWDC 2022. Now, what to expect on that? Well, iOS 16, macOS 13, which I'm going to get to that very soon, watchOS 9, and possibly new Macs, okay? Apple's 23rd annual Worldwide Developers Conference is set to kick off on Monday, June the 6th, at 10 a.m., which is about 1 p.m. my time. Like a 2020 to 2021 event, it'll be held as a digital-only convention, which is probably eligible for that thing. Anyway, so it's free to all developers worldwide to attend, okay? The keynote event will give us our first look at the operating system updates, including iOS 16, iPadOS 16, macOS 13, tvOS 16, and watchOS 9, okay? Plus, rumors suggest we would like to see some new hardware, okay? Everything we heard about this year's event is outlined below, as follows. iOS 16, which I have to get from my iPad mini, seen here, okay? Most of the rumors about iOS 16 have been vague, okay? So we know about the operating system, about this update at this time. In years past, the new version of iOS has leaked out. Every year has given us insight in the future that sets coming. Okay? But that happened this year. That said, we have heard some rumors about what we expect. With much more information, the source from Bloomberg's Mark Gurman, where it's been reliable sources with information on Apple's plans. The rumors set new features as follows, okay? Overhauled lock screen with wallpapers that have widget, like companies have announced it. There'll be significant improvements with notifications. But we don't know specific details. Messages apps with social network-like functionality with special focus on audio messages. Wow, okay. Health app, which is going to be exciting, with expanded sleep tracking functionality and medicine management. Okay, I count me in. Apple is working on a tool that will let users scan their pill bottles, makes sense, into the app. Okay. And plus, there's a new women's health feature expected. Okay. Fresh Apple apps are in the works with no more specific information. Then there's Apple is also working on new ways of system interaction, but it's not quite clear what that means. New Fitness Plus workout types. An Apple Music classical app. Okay, this is getting boring. With it based on Prime Pop Like, an app Apple is acquiring in 2021. Wow. Now, possible features based on iPhone 14 rumors. Here we go. Always a display for iPhone 14 Pro, okay, and Pro Max. Not coming until September, okay. Likely revamped status bar interface for iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max. To a hole punch and pill design that is expected to be replaced a notch on those devices. Okay, the iPhone 14 models are expected to get a car crash dispatching feature. Okay, that makes more sense. Anyway, which would dial emergency services automatically, which is caution is detected. Exactly. This will require new iOS 16 functionality. Exactly. Apple made also added a satellite-based emergency feature to the iPhone 14 models, which was supposed to be in Apple iOS 16. Okay. This feature will let iPhones set the Texas emergency simulations, which there are no cellular conference, okay? And report major emergencies when conference is not available, okay? iOS 16 could include support for the buy now, pay for later feature for Apple Pay, Apple's development. Okay, that makes more sense. Similarly, could introduce support for the hardware. So, and finally, similarly, can introduce support for the hardware subscription program. They'll let customers pay for monthly fee for the iPhone, iPad, or Mac. Okay. For more on what's expected in iOS 16, we have a dedicated iOS 16 roundup. Now for iPadOS 16, okay, and here we are. iPadOS 16 can get many of the new features that are introduced in iOS 16, but Apple is also working on initial functionality that iPads specifically, okay. With iPadOS 16, Apple's aiming to make the iPads behave more than like a laptop, okay, than a smartphone. Exactly. And the new iPad software is one of the biggest updates about announced in WWDC. Okay, the updates will feature redesigned multitasking interface that make it easier to swap between tasks and see which apps are open. Okay, you can deal with that. Plus, it will allow users to resize windows. Apple also plans to implement new ways to feature users to deal with multiple apps at once, in what sounds like a much more Mac-like multitasking experience. macOS 13. Here's something clear enough. Okay, we don't know what about the feature what's set coming to macOS 13. Okay, as much as there has been few leaks, and it was rumored that it would feature a overhauled system purposes. Wow. Okay, interface. Okay. That will be bringing more online with the settings app on iPhone and iPad, okay? With the update to include individual settings and organized by app, okay? Now, Apple is also expected to revamp some of the default apps, okay? So we could see some involvement to Messages, Mail, Safari, and more, okay? Messages popular is rumored to begin social network like functionality enchantments through audio messages. Okay, that's not iOS 16 rumor, but messages usually has features probably across platforms. You'll see. Anyway, as for naming, macOS 13 could be macOS Mammoth. I don't know about this at the moment yet. We'll see what happens. Based on Apple's trademark fill-ins, okay? Apple's way back in 2013, which trademarks can remain California landmarks, and Mammoth is one to be kept active the longest, okay? Makes sense in any way. But its status is unknown exactly at this time. Anyway, and Apple has been the past chosen some names, and they were never on that list. So his name isn't certain. WatchOS 9. Now, WatchOS 9 will have some updates that impact the day-to-day operations, okay? And navigations on this worn device. Here are the spots. Update power saving mode, allow the use of apps and features while cutting down on battery usage, okay? Expanding auto formation, the navigation feature with added burn, okay? AKA how often the person is in a state of visual fluoridation across a period of time. Improved health and activity tracking. More workout types, initial metrics for running up workouts, and finally, refresh existing watch faces, okay? Now, next up is tvOS 16. Now, tvOS doesn't often get as many new features as often used operation system updates, okay? And we don't know a lot about tvOS 16. But it's rumored that to include new smart house through home tie-ins. You may be able to do more with your smart house home pods through the Apple TV following the launch of the updates, okay? And now some hardware possibilities, okay? Here are as follows, okay? The past several WWDC events have focused solely on software and have not included hardware announcements, okay? So it's not going to get clear, okay? If we are going to see a hardware unveiled this year's event. If we do, the below listed devices are most likely candidates. And here are as follows. MacBook Air, okay? If Apple does plan to introduce new Macs in the event, the MacBook Air device will likely be seen, okay? According to Bloomberg's Mark Gurman, Apple is reportedly aiming to introduce the MacBook Air in the event, but COVID-related supply chain issues in China could prevent Apple from doing so. Okay, next generation MacBook Air expected to feature a total design overhaul with a MacBook Pro-like, okay, shape. That does away from the tapered body, okay. It'll be thinner and lighter, and it is expected to become the multiple colors. Wow, okay. Including space gray, silver, Cambridge color, and blue. Okay. The MacBook Air is expected to feature slim off-white bezels and packaging off white keyboard, okay. It could be around 13.6 inches in size. The MacBook Air would possibly probably be equipped into the next generation M2 chip. Wow, okay. I haven't had one chip, not M2 as of yet, but we'll see what happens. We expect it to be featured some the same number of computing cores as the M1, which I had, by the way. 8. Okay. But it'll be introduced speed improvements that will make the marginally faster. But it was rumored to have improved graphics with 9 to 10 GPU cores, up to 7 or 8 in the current M1 MacBook Air. Okay. The M1, M2 chip will have the first upgrade to M1 series chips. Okay. The Apple's been using in the Apple Silicon device to date. Okay. But many rumors have been suggesting MacBook Air to feature in that M2 chip. Okay. Apple analyst Main Cha Ku believes that Apple could focus on the very design rather than new chip technology. Okay? It has been said that the next generation TSMC M3 and 4P fabrication processes will not be ready for the mass production until 2023. Okay, so Apple has already will only be able to introduce an Android update expected to be use the same MSP M5P chip until used for A515 and M1 and that time frame. Anyway, from the more next generation MacBook Air can be found on our 2022 MacBook Air guide. Okay, now I'm not going to talk about that. I'm talking about the next one. Anyway, Mac Pro. Anyway, back in 2019, the redesigned modern Mac Pro will be showed off at WWDC heading over the late 2019 launch. There's a possibility we could see a similar unveiling this year. Why is that? Well, let's see what happens. Anyway, Apple's hardware engineering chief, John Tornes, confirmed in the spring event that there was an Apple Silicon version of Mac Pro in the works. Okay, there is expected to come in the same point in 2022. Apple could perhaps give a small preview of the Mac Pro ahead of its launch coming later in the year. Okay. Rumors suggest that Mac Pro will feature a chip even more powerful than M1 Ultra, and using the Mac Studio is expected to use a feature up to 40 CPU cores and 128 graphics cores, which will make it twice as powerful as M1 Ultra. Apple could introduce the M1 Ultra successor to the fact that M1 Ultra chips link together, as the M1 Ultra itself is usually two connected M1 Max chips together. It was in that case, that's the case. The upcoming Max Pro chip will be 4 times powerful as the M1 Max. Well, okay. AR to VR headset. Well, here's the fact for you. Okay, there was rumors last year that M1 Apple's hardware longest rumor AR VR headset could be used as an introduction to 2022 worldwide developers conquest. Okay, it looks like there's not going to happen yet. Okay, Bloomberg's Mark Gurman and Apple's analyst Meng Chiang-Kuo, okay, has said there's a headset in the assembly not ready to be introduced yet on this point in time frame. Anyway, as Apple is still Nixon to work it out, Kuo believes that Apple will launch the headset in 2023. Okay. The government has said that Apple does not have plans for the full-blown announcement and headset at WWDC as of yet. That said, a trademark around the OS, the operating system is for the headset, was discovered recently. It features the display date or deadline of June 8th, which is this coming Wednesday of 2022. The legal requirement, it appears that the date is unrelated to WWDC and its conduits, okay? Mac Rumor coverage, Apple plans to live stream the WWDC keynote on this website and Apple TV app, using YouTube this Monday. But for those able to watch, we'll cover the event on MacRumors.com and through the Mac Rumors Live Twitter account, which I'm not going to be able to do because I'm able to watch it. React to it, by the way. We'll also have an in-depth coverage of the Apple announcements throughout the rest of the week and going forward once it tests the new software. Okay. Thank you, Mike Rumors. So that's all that from happening. And that's all my topics for today. And that was the Crazy Bunch's Web Show episode number 65. Hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned for the next one, which is going to be, I'm not sure what's going to be yet. We'll see what happens. Coming up next, when I get back from my errands, there will be a brand new episode of the Crazy. There will be an update video on my main channel. Till next time, Sue Jefferson, my piece of paper. Get more videos, guys. Too interested out. See ya.